That's it. I am done.
Oh goodness, Dave, it looks like you've been exploring the real ocean. Here, I think you forgot to bring one of these along.
Thanks, but I'm not gonna need one after today. I'm done with swimming and diving. Actually, I think I'm gonna change my name too. How about Driver Dave? Ooh, no. Diner Dave. Do you want fries with that?
I'd just settle for a drier, Dave. Will you tell me what's going on? How'd you get so wet? And why do you want to quit diving? You were just learning.
I was. I remembered what you said about God being with me all the time faithfully, so I finally decided to go learn how to swim and dive. My swimming teacher took me to the ocean where it wasn't too deep. She taught me how to dog paddle. She taught me how to hold my breath underwater. She even taught me how to float on my back. But that's when it happened.
What happened?
A huge, ginormous, massive, powerful wave hit over me, kaploosh. It turned me over, wrapped me up, and threw my head into the sand. Waves are big, mean bullies.
I'd have to agree there.
So I'm done with swimming and diving. And if God is so faithful, why did he let that wave knock me down?
Dave, God's faithfulness doesn't mean bad things won't happen. It doesn't mean life won't knock us down sometimes. It does mean God will be with us when we fall. What did your swimming teacher do after you got knocked over?
Well, she helped me back up. She wiped the sand out of my eyes and made sure I was okay. And then she got me ice cream.
Well, God sort of does that for us.
He gets us ice cream?
No. God comes alongside us when we're hurting, though. He helps us get back up and comforts us when life knocks us down.
So you're saying that if I try again and if I get knocked over again, God will faithfully comfort me and help me?
That's exactly what I'm saying. After all, with a name like Diver Dave, I think you kind of have to.
My name is pretty great.
I think it's perfect. You keep it up, you'll be Super Diver Dave before you know it.
Look out, waves. Diver Dave is back. Welcome to day 2 of Anchored Vacation Bible School with me, Diver Dave. I am so happy that you came back for day 2, and I'm so ready for the day that you're about to have. But for now, take out packet number 2 for today. It is in the pink bag. And remember, whenever you see our little snail friend right here, that means it's time for the daily photo challenge. Have an adult take a picture of you and post it on Facebook, and make sure to tag Trinity so we can see all of your amazing smiles. But for now, leave everything else in the bag except for the craft, as Mrs. Henning and Abigail teach us how to make a ship. Have fun!
Hi, my name is Miss Kelly, and this is my friend Abigail, and we're going to have a fun time with our craft today. But before we get started, how about we play a little game? Let's play a game of Guess the Craft. You want to play?
Yeah.
All right, here are your clues. What did Jonah try and escape God's plan with yesterday? And what did Paul get shipwrecked from in today's story? Do you know?
A ship?
It is a ship. Today we're going to build a boat. Do you know what kind of boat we're going to build? Yes, we're going to build a floating boat. We're going to see if it can float. Do you think it'll float?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it will? All right, let's see. It did float. Good job. Let's see how to put this together. Are you guys ready? All right, let's get started. Everybody should have one of these little kits in some plastic. What's the first thing we need to do to build our boat?
Open the bag.
Absolutely, open the bag. You might need an adult's help because sometimes they're tricky. After that, what should we do with all of these pieces?
Maybe we should spread them out.
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's spread them out so we can see what pieces we have. All right, we have 2 pieces of water, some fancy squiggly pieces. We have 2 sticks, 4 white pieces, and 2 big brown ones. What should we do with these big brown ones?
Pop them out.
Pop out the pieces? That sounds like a good plan to get started. So you're just gonna pop them out of the paper and lay them flat in front of you. How many brown pieces do we have all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brown pieces. Thank you. All right, now we're gonna align up all of our pieces so we can see from biggest to smallest. That should help. And then what do we do with these? They have these little brown notches. What should we do with those?
Maybe we could pop them out with these.
With the mast? Yeah, we could do that. Why don't you go ahead and pop out those pieces? You can set it flat so it doesn't pop as hard too. There you go. And make sure you pick up all the little brown ones so Mom doesn't vacuum them up. Good job. All right, we have one more to do it to pop out there. I'll give you that one. Perfect. Now we have all of our little holes popped out of the side of our boat. All right, so it should look like that. Good job. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is take our poles or our mast and we're gonna put the sails on them. To do that, you need one piece and one stick. You wanna follow along as I do it? Here's one for you. Here's one for me. Oops. We're gonna take the stick and put it through the hole here. And then loop the other hole and go through again. Good job. Slide it down and you're gonna do the same thing again because each stick gets 2 sails. Do you wanna do both of them? Yes, okay. Put it up here so we can see. There we go. Perfect. One more. Good. All right, now for a boat to be able to go through the water, you need them the same way. You don't want 2 masts going the opposite way or it's not gonna sail. So if you accidentally put it to where they're opposite, you can just spin it and now it's perfect, right? All right, so next we need to attach our mast and sails to something. Which one do you think?
This one.
That
Because
one.
there are 2 holes.
There are 2 holes, so the pole should stick into them, right? All right, you wanna poke those through there? There you go. Gotta use your muscles a little bit, huh? Okay, next one. Here. Whoops. Put it on the table so you can have a little pressure on there. There you go. And it doesn't have to go all the way through to the bottom, right? We only need it to stick through just a little bit. All right, now we have the top of our boat, but we don't have any sides or a front or a bottom. So next we're gonna put the sides of our boat on. Those are the sides. Good job. Now we have these holes here and we have these grooves. Those grooves are going to go on the inside. Now you should see the side of your boat. It has lines on one side and the other side is plain. Which side do you think should be the outside? The lined part, the pretty part, right? So we're going to go ahead and hook our top to our sides with the lines going out. Put it down a little bit. There you go. Got it? All right, and here's your other side. Lines going out. Is your sail getting in the way? There you go. Perfect. Now we have a top and 2 sides. Still no front, back, or bottom. The front is the smallest side, so it's the smallest piece. And we want to make sure that the straight edge goes to the top of our boat. And we're going to hook it in our little tongue and groove system again. Good job. Now we need the back part, and this is not the longest piece. Good, and again, which one goes to the top? The straight edge. Good job. Got it? Perfect. A little pressure, and if it pops out, that's okay. It can go back in. All right, and now we need the bottom. A boat can't float without a bottom. Yep, our last piece. We'll go just on the bottom and hook in the little notches like all the other pieces. And you might need to pinch certain spots, right? Oh, did it fall in there? There you go. Whoops! See? Accidents happen and that's okay. We just need to pinch it back together. Easy peasy. Now we have our boat. We have our front, our back, our bottom, our sides, and our top. But we still have 4 pieces. The decorations. You can't have a boat that's not decorated. So these are just stickers. We're just gonna peel off the sticker and find the proper side. Which side does this one go on? Does that match? Nope. Gotta turn it over. There we go. Can you do it? Move your sail out of the way. Oops, still a little piece of sticker. There we go. Perfect, we have one side, and now we have the other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. Turn it over. There you go. All in one try. Okay. Perfect. Now we have our decoration, but we need some fun water for it to sail through, right? Does the water go on the top of the ship? No, where does it go?
On the bottom.
On the bottom. Perfect. All right, one more set of waves for the other side, and our boat will be sailing. All right, got it. All right, do you think this one's gonna float like the other one?
Yeah.
Yes, I bet it will too. Let's see. Perfect. I hope you guys enjoy. Woo! I hope you guys enjoy building your own boat. Don't forget to take some pictures. Have a great day.
All right, kids, now we're going to learn a story about a shipwreck. So get your Chips Ahoy cookies out and enjoy the show from Mr. Falk.
Hi kids, it's so great that you can be with us for this day 2 Bible lesson for our Vacation Bible School about Anchor. You've seen the theme already, Anchor, deepening our faith in God. Well, here's the thing we get to talk about today. God is faithful. How faithful is God? Before I get into the story, I want you to think about being on a boat. Maybe you've been on a small boat, a rowboat, a paddle boat. Maybe you've been on a really, really big boat. But no matter what boat you've been on, there's probably one thing you've seen or hopefully been even wearing that helps you remember the idea of being faithful. Can you think of what that is? I bet you know what it is. I've got a couple samples right here. This little guy right here. Strap it on, put your arms through. What does it do? What does it help you with? Or maybe you're a little bit bigger. Maybe you've been on a jet ski this summer and you've worn something like this. What does something like this do? You know what this is. This is a flotation device. You put this on, you strap it on, you buckle it up, and it holds you up in the water. You can be confident, you can know that this is a faithful device to help keep you afloat if you would fall out of the boat, or if you're swimming, or anytime you're in the water. This is something you should have. Think about the idea of a life vest today as we talk about one of the people in the Bible we hear about quite a bit in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul. If you know something about the Apostle Paul, he wasn't always a follower of Jesus. In fact, for many years of his life, he wanted nothing to do with Jesus. He wanted to get rid of people that loved Jesus. And then Jesus loved him so much, he came to Paul personally and said, "Stop. Your job is no longer to persecute or get rid of people that believe in me, but I want you to tell others about what I've done for them." And Paul did that. In fact, Paul became one of the great missionaries that we read about in the Bible. He traveled all over the known world at that time, sharing the news about Jesus. And you can imagine how excited people were to hear that message. But not everybody. Some of those same people that wanted to get rid of people that loved Jesus now knew that Paul was trying to get rid of or teach about Jesus, and so they wanted to get rid of him. He was beaten up, he was tortured, he was thrown in jail. In fact, he even had to go on trial just because he talked about Jesus. Well, that's where our lesson is today. If you read in a Bible sometime, in Acts chapter 27, Paul is on a boat on his way to Rome to be on trial for talking about Jesus. A little scary to begin with, to be on trial. But while he's on that boat, a big storm comes about, so large that for 3 days the sailors who are used to sailing struggle to even keep the boat afloat. And after 3 days, what did they think about doing? Giving up. They couldn't even get the boat to the place where they thought they could get to shore. They thought life was over and they should just quit. And then they went and talked to Paul. Paul's a prisoner. He's in the bottom of the boat, not outside at all. And they came to him and told him the situation. And normally, soldiers wouldn't come to a prisoner to talk to him. They wouldn't care about the prisoner. In fact, if the prisoner was going to escape, they had very specific rules to get rid of the prisoner, if you know what I'm talking about. But instead they asked Paul, and Paul shared with them some great news. Paul knew God. Paul knew Jesus. God sent an angel to Paul to remind him, "You're not going to perish in this. I've got plans for you, plans to continue to share the gospel, to share the good news about Jesus." He also promised that none of the sailors would perish in this storm. And what happened? They're able to survive the storm. They get to their destination, and when some of the soldiers thought, now's our chance, we need to get rid of Paul because that's what we do to prisoners, especially if they can escape, the captain of the ship said no. This was a man who was faithful, a man who knew Jesus, who shared that love of Jesus and showed us how God is in control of all things. God is always faithful. That's the lesson we want to think about today. How Paul, who wasn't even a Christian to begin with, learned about Jesus and boldly and confidently shared that news with other people, even when faced with persecution, when being picked on for what he believed, when being tortured, when being laughed at. You and I can do the same thing. We can tell about the love of Jesus and know that God is faithful. How faithful? The Apostle Paul in one of the books of the Bible, in 1 Chronicles, put it very nicely. He said, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever." It's really awesome you guys could join us this way, and I hope you're enjoying day 2 of Vacation Bible School. Keep on being anchored in faith to Jesus because you know that he is the one that can keep us stable and firm in all the storms that come to us in life. God's blessings, and we'll see you soon.
Wasn't that a great story? Now that we've seen how God was faithful to Paul, it's time for our Bible challenge with Miss Emma.
Hi guys, welcome back. Before we learn a new song today, we're gonna quick review the song that we learned yesterday. Let's see if you remember. Here we go. There we go. God is our refuge and strength. God is our refuge and strength. God is our refuge and strength. A very present help in trouble. God is our refuge and strength. God is our refuge and strength. God is our refuge and strength. A very present help in trouble. Psalm 40 36, verse 1. Awesome. I'm sure you did great. All right, now we're going to learn the new verse for today. All right, today's new verse is Matthew 14, verse 27. And it says, Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." So it's super short and simple, but super duper important. All right, now say it with me on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." Awesome. Thanks for doing that with me. All right, so today in today's Bible story, you learned how Paul was not afraid in that big scary storm because he knew that God was watching over him. And if you look at your beach balls that you were given, there are anchors on it. And Paul anchored his trust in the Lord. And that's such an amazing example for us. Paul is a great role model for us in like scary times when there are troubles and scary times in our lives, just like Paul was when he was in a big storm. We can just anchor our trust in the Lord because we don't need to be afraid. Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." All right, so now let's get into our song. So let's learn the actions for it. So Jesus, the action for Jesus is this, because that's sign language for Jesus. And you know, when he died for us, he got nails in his hands like this for us. So Jesus said, "Take heart." So we're putting our hands on our heart like that. So Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." So they're pretty simple actions. I think you'll get it pretty easily. So Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." All right, I think we're ready to do it with the music. I'll get the CD in. Okay, here we go. Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid, do not be afraid." Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid, do not be afraid." Matthew 14:27. Awesome! I'm sure you did great. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid, do not be afraid." Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid, do not be afraid." Matthew 14:27. Awesome! That's a really fun song. I'm probably going to be singing this a lot later at home, and I hope you do too. Anyways, thanks so much for singing and dancing with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you later.
That was a great Bible challenge from Emma. Now go into your packet and get out the anchored beach ball. It's not blown up yet, so press pause, and when you finally have it blown up, press play again. Oh, there's our snail friend. You know what time it is. It's time for the daily photo challenge. Take out that anchored beach ball and make sure you post it on Facebook and tag Trinity. We want to see all of those smiles. But now, it's time for us to go to our music guide, Mr. Storch.
Hello all, it's Mr. Storch again, and I'm your musical guide to Vacation Bible School. Today's lesson is all about the Apostle Paul and his trust in the Lord. Paul traveled by ship to Rome, and on the way the weather grew fierce and grim. But was Paul scared? No way! In fact, he told everyone that they would be safe from the storm and the sea. Now, there's going to be times that you will have a storm in your life. Things aren't going to go right, but that's okay. God will never let go of you. In fact, that's the title of our song today. Here are the dance moves that you're going to need to learn for this song. You're going to dig that hand right down, bring it up, and then you're going to flip it over and sling it over to the side. Your other hand is going to come up in a fist, and you're going to bring that down here, and you're going to bring your other hand, bring those both down, and then you're going to swing this hand down, swing this hand down, then you're going to fan them back up here, and you're going to bring this hand in here, you're going to bring this hand in here, and then you're going to fan them up again. So you got a crisscross, together, apart, bring it on down. Let's try that one more time. Hand digs down, it comes up, flips on over and out. This hand comes up in a fist, bring it down, and then you're going to bring this one down. And then you are going to whip this hand down here, and then your other hand comes down, and you're going to fan them back up. And then you're going to bring this hand in here, and you're going to bring this hand in here so they are parallel. And then you are going to crisscross, bring your hands in, bring them out, fan them back out. You guys ready to dance? Here we go.
Through every storm of life, I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. You gave me hope when hope was all but gone. A second chance to sing a brand new song. You opened up my eyes to see. You rescued me, rescued me. You showed the way when there was no way out. Cleared up my mind when you erased all doubt. You made me strong when I was weak. You rescued me, rescued me. Through every storm of life, I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. Hey! You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! Through every storm of life, I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. I know you're by my side. So I am holding on to your promises. You are the God who holds my future, all my dreams. So I am holding on. You'll never let go of me. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey! You are my God. I'm holding on to you. You are my God. I know you'll see me through. Hey!
God never let go of Paul, and he will never let go of you. My name is Mr. Storch. Thanks for dancing with me today. See you again tomorrow at Vacation Bible School.
This has been a splash of fun today. Only one more day left of Anchored Vacation Bible School. Make sure that you put all of your photos on Facebook and tag us at Trinity. We want to see all of your smiling faces. We'll see you tomorrow, but before you go, let's sing the theme song one more time.
Looking out, it's a great big please one day.